Hello and welcome to everybody that wants to be a better buddy with their body. Today we wanted to talk to you about overworking yourself, especially Petra here. She's a great candidate of somebody that still can go on and on and on and never stop, not look after herself, just look after everybody else. Put her needs last until she's too exhausted.
Okay, so when I was a little girl, and a lot of people have it this way, I liked to read magazines, do my nails, and listen to the radio and just do nothing. But my mom wasn't happy about that. She still said, you have to do this and that and do dishwasher and this, and she didn't like me to see me and just to relax. So I was actually programmed into still do something, not constantly do something, otherwise you're not worthy to live, or I don't know what. A lot of people have this, to still constantly to prove others that they are enough, they are worthy, they are not serving to others. So I ended up with a lot of burnouts during my life and a lot of breakdowns with my body and autoimmune condition. And
Because that's the only chance that you have to actually get a free pass.
yeah, it was. We can talk about it later, but
In more detail, yeah.
in more detail. But I just had to always have some serious excuse to not do stuff. Otherwise, I can't never make my mother, for example, do something. For example, my sister just makes her lets her cut the lawn or lets her do stuff, because she just
Your sister is okay when your mother is doing hard work around the house. She just lets her to
she
do
just
it.
lets it, and I would never allow it because she's my mother and she's older, and I was raised like that. And then
Everybody could always count on you,
yeah, so
100%.
it's some background. You could just maybe, we are saying it because you could just go back to your past and your childhood and see, oh my gosh, my parents also didn't let me sit and look around and look at the TV or something. I had to constantly do something. And I was also taking care of dogs, and we had 2 dogs, and whatever. So now what we did, I did it my whole life, that I took care of a lot of our things. So that was the background, so you can maybe see yourself in it.
And it's really hard to stop her because for me, as her partner, I feel the most happy when I see that she's relaxed, she's feeling well, she cares for herself. That you not always put me and the dog and everybody else first.
And the things. It
And
is
the
like
things.
that. It works for us people, like people pleasers and empaths and so on. It works like this. You are tired, I am tired, but I have a crisis of my energy, and then I push through. And then I can go on for a whole whole day until the bedtime, until we have to go to bed. I can just push that limit of that time when I have to sit down and relax. I just have to I just push through that. And I have learned that in my life because I used to be an athlete. I used to be a student. I studied gymnasium, which is quite the one of the most challenging schools in my country, because it prepares you for university. And then you have to perform on all levels, sport and then gymnasium. So it wasn't normal for me that I had 3 days of three rounds of training that day, and then I came home, and at 10 o'clock I started to study, and I studied until 2 o'clock in the morning. And sometimes I could go to do exercise and the train in the morning, and sometimes I just went directly to school, and it was every single day like this. So
And
the
your body can push through, even though it's already time to rest. The body can push through it and still support you and still serve to you in every way you need it. But the body will not forget it.
Yeah, it's just you know, the program which I was in just kicked in now. It was really bad because I started to be OCD. I started to have a very big need to, also during COVID, I just couldn't sit, you know, I couldn't just watch TV and read. I just better did something with because we were at home, so I was rebuilding my closets. And then in 3 weeks or a month, I rebuilt it again. And I became a slave to things. And I was exhausted every night. And I just ran the program until the program ran me. And it's a small trigger because we moved with Raphael so many times already. So it is a very dangerous thing, and it's a very dangerous addiction. And people really have to learn how to stop. So now I said, you know, I ended after a month of, now it's 2nd of July, and after a month of like intense from morning to the night work, I was laying in a bed looking at the ceiling, staring at the ceiling, because you get so tired, so you don't even sleep, you know, and you just think about what you have to do, and you can't wait until the morning, so you finally do it and you finally finish it, and it's never finished, because then you finish it and then you have in your mind already how you could rebuild it and how you could redo it, so you can do it all over and over, and it's very, very destructive pattern. It's very destructive addiction. It's the same thing like people do drugs or alcohol. So this OCD, you know. And I'll talk about it a lot because this is one of my biggest life challenges. When I was programmed to do this in my childhood and my teenage years especially, and then I got in a bad relationship, and there I had to even more
And
push
that
it.
program was also supported there to
Yeah,
grow even more.
Extremely, because you carry it from your childhood. The program, you vibe with everything. What is it? What you are sending, you're receiving, and then you're just attracting this kind of stuff even harder and just more intense. So then of course, body stopped me, right? The body is the biggest buddy, and it is just tired, and I already get sick when I see the things which I have to do. But sometimes
That's your sign. That's already alone from that. You listen to this.
It is a sign, but we who understand me, we push through. You know, we push through, and then, you know, beyond that that you can't stop and you can't relax. It's very connected to meditation, what we do from Dr. Joe Dispenza, because if you stop and do nothing and the body wants to do something, the body wants to get its fix, its chemical rush, which you get from cleaning and constantly doing something. And it's just seeking for its fix, and it's just doing anything it can to just get it. And it's really hard for these people like me to sit down and have normal meal or have a coffee or just look and do nothing, you know. Do you want to add something?
Yeah, even I can't stop you.
Yeah,
I also get triggered, you know. I also get really angry and impatient with this because I know it's not good for her, and I want her to stop, but she just keeps going and going. And then we get the receipt later, right? You get whiny, you get impatient, you get extremely tired, and
but
and it takes even more than to recover after that.
Yeah, so I realized when I was like really staring at the ceiling, and I said to myself, it's enough, enough. Nobody wants this from me. I just do it because I want to have it, like, I want to have it organized and so on. And it is feeling good. You have it clean now and you have everything organized. You have to admit that it feels really good,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it is for something, but
Yes, that's
at the
true. It
same
is for
time,
something.
I understand minimalism
Mm-hmm.
because those people don't have to be slaves to things. And if you have less things, then you can really live, So there comes, as every addiction, it's just a plaster over some bigger emotional baggage which has to be let go of.
Mm-hmm.
And as normally as alcoholics like have a drink in 5 years, they can just start again,
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same with the overeating or OCD people like me. Want to clean stuff, and they don't care. They forget about time, and they forget about that they are hungry, or then I realize in the evening, like at 9 o'clock in the evening, I'm hungry. I'm totally, but it's crazy hunger because you work a whole day. So
I
and
also ignore that very often, that I'm hungry and my mind already wants to drag me to do things, and I just go for it. And I'm hungry and I know it, and I just keep going and going, and yeah.
yeah, but it's not sustainable,
Mm-hmm.
and it's absolutely not supporting longevity or healthy lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And we are just programmed to live faster, quicker, and we have like this fast fashion, and everything is just too much. I really I really think that people suffer with this a lot because
Also mentally, because we are so stimulating
yeah,
ourselves with constant inputs,
yeah,
and the videos have to be extra short, and we can't watch a whole movie at once, and our attention span is decreasing, and then we just have this crazy monkey mind that is just jumping from one tree to another. Says, okay, now we do this, now we do this, now we do this, and then there's this uptick in ADHD. No, it's just we don't have an attention span anymore, because we train ourselves to do it, and I include myself in this.
so I decided 2 days ago that I will really stop this. That is very destructive, and I feel it, and I know that after the big rush of this, like every drug addict, I never took drugs, but I like the addiction. Then comes the low,
The
So my
cravings.
energy is low. I am tired. I lay down and I feel like I just woke up in the middle of the night. I'm like really, I have to regenerate, restore, re-sleep or whatever. But and I think every person is maybe we who are so addicted to this, we want this, we want this low, because then besides we are very emotional, after that comes this calmness, and we can actually be and look at the sky and be with ourselves.
You mean because you just don't have the energy to do anything anymore?
Yeah, when you don't have the energy, then you
Luna.
can just really be more present, which is really bad way how to deal with the life force which I am given and you are given. So that has to be changed, and now I am learning how to refocus it, and how to, for example, I don't understand my father. He is having stuff, and he has his times when he has to eat. It's a twice a day eating window, and he's just super strict about that, right? And it's so inspiring, because this way he can just go every day and he can just really invest into it. And there is also his exercise, which is always there in the mornings. He does exercise, cold shower, and then he goes with the food, and then in between he already does stuff, because he is intermittent fasting, but he doesn't know that. He's not the new fashion person, but he does it. So
He has built himself certain routines and discipline. He's also living on his own, and as a man you just decide what is good for you and you start to do those things, and you don't compromise.
yeah, but sometimes when it's necessary, like today you were moving the old lady flat, you just went for it all the time, but then he made sure he has food there or there, you know. And so I would go hungry, I would go crazy hungry, I wouldn't even go anywhere. Then I am so exhausted and my dog needs something from
And then you have to be ready for that.
yeah, you have to get
Yes.
energy. And it's people who have kids, then for example the child gets sick in the middle of the night, you know, and you're done, your house is a mess because you are in the middle of rebuilding again and again and again, and it's done.
So this video means stop,
It's inspiring people.
pause.
Yeah, and the pause is super scary. It's so scary that you have to stop this, because then you have to look at what you've done. And first, it's really uncomfortable because you see how you're hurting yourself, or I see how I'm hurting myself.
Then
And
you are mad at yourself
then
and you
you're
hurt
angry,
yourself more.
Then there is the anger period or time. And then you are like desperate and low energy and so hopeless, and nothing makes sense, and so on. And then there comes this letting go of everything, just surrendering to it, right? And then there could be coming new me. So this is what I'm at, what I am at.
Because you want to be, you don't want to be like this anymore, like you were in the past. You want to be new in your future. So that's why you have to leave this behind. You can't do the same things anymore as you did in the past.
Yeah,
If you want to be somebody else.
But this channel is about body with your body, you know, and the body is the body into these things too. I'm basically dragging it into my OCD sessions with my clothes and things and rebuilding, and I'm realizing that the less I have, the better I feel. The better, because everything we have, it's having in our brain some neurological pathway. Everything which we own has some memories, and I have to store it somewhere, and I bought it there, and I wear it with this, and I don't have it well, it's too tight, I will just store it for later, or it's too big and I don't like it anymore, but I store it in case, and these things, and then it's all, every item we have, it has a neurological pathways, and the more we have, the more brain capacity we have to use, and it's insane. So
just for some material things which don't even matter.
Exactly, yeah. So I am now saying that I would like to you know, I want to also live, right? I don't want to wait until the life is over. Oh, I had it nicely clean and organized, you know. Oh my gosh, you know.
What a great life.
What a great life, you know. And I was exhausted every evening because I just couldn't stop. So that's not good. So I recommend to. I was actually listening to Leila Hormozi, and she said this thing, and that made me think that night. How is your life going to look? How are you going to feel, and how are you going to be in 5 years from now, when you will still keep doing the things over and over, the same things? How is your life going to be? How is my body going to look like and feel like? Not good. Not good. But it feels amazing when you have it clean and organized, and feels like you have to fix, I have to fix. but then I have to have more and more and more, you know.
Yes.
Some people have it with shopping, you know, and so
It doesn't
on.
matter. It's
matter.
all the same thing.
Gambling,
Yeah.
shopping,
Yeah.
drinking, overeating, chocolate crazy eating. I also could talk about that a lot. But it's still the same thing, and when I will process it more, I can share more. But yesterday I said I'll not work at all, and it wants you so much, that program, that I was forced to work yesterday because we had to rebuild our bedroom because of some conditions in our bedroom and so on, and I was just basically forced to work, and I was working against my will. I said I will not do anything today. I just can't. My body can't take it. And we people who are OCD, we don't have energy for more then. We don't have energy in storage, like, hey, let's go for a trip somewhere, let's do something. No, we are just in a trap.
All used already.
We are so trapped. So I hope that realization, and I'm still having it in front of my eyes, and where am I going to be in 5 years? Because 5 years ago I was dealing with the same problem, and I was writing all those things. What can I do? I can clean this, and I have it all organized, and so on and so on. And I had piles of clothes, and I was just, I just spent so much time with them. Yeah. Yeah. So I, and when it's not clothes, it's stuff, and I can go to my mother's kitchen and start to reorganize her kitchen. So it was my childhood all the time. So it was no problem. My mother knew when she goes for a weekend getaway somewhere, she will come home and she will have totally clean kitchen. I had to stop that too. You know, reorganized, all clean, super nice, tight. So I'm still saying so because I am really wanting to inspire people, not only complain or anything, but I'm just sharing now what we are undergoing, right?
Because you are aware of this program, you're already really good. You're already in a really good place.
Yeah. When you can ask yourself that question.
Because you know it's not you. You're not crazy. No, it's that program that you've been conditioned to.
He thinks I'm not crazy.
You're crazy in other ways.
Yeah.
Yes, so take a break. Allow yourself to rest, recover, give your body the time that it needs. And just be aware that it's the program.
Yeah. And it's your body, and it does whatever you say, but sometimes then you are angry because it wants to rest, because it gets sick or having a problem, and then you can wonder where it's coming from. So have a good day.
See you.